Spain were able to defeat Georgia 4-1. The first goal came from Georgia, by the way. And we all thought that Spain were in trouble because within the first 10 to 15 minutes, things did not look really good. We saw a match where Spain had the majority of the possession, mainly 75 to 80% of the time, but then every time Georgia had the ball, they counterattacked Spain effectively. And we were all like, is that going to be one of those games, right? Are we going to continue to see plays like this over and over again, right? These counterattacks were killing Spain, like for sure. Cucurella always found himself in the wrong position when Georgia were going on the counter, and he had to like track back and sprint as fast as he could. Nico Williams also had to track back. It was looking really bad. But then Spain said, no, we are going to be one of the winners here. We're going to win this game. There is no way we're going to be out this early. There is a game to play after this, and that was to face Germany. And Spain do want that game. And I feel like they know that they deserve it because of how they have been playing in the group stages. And so they came up and Spain started suffocating Georgia over and over again, which is why you do see here in the attacking momentum that Spain never let Georgia breathe at all. Like we saw them outpass Georgia like to the maximum. Rodri, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, Fabián Ruiz, Pedri, Alvaro Morata, they were all passing it as fast as possible, working as a true team. And eventually it led towards Spain scoring their first goal on the 39th minute, with Rodri scoring the goal. And it was an amazing goal because we saw Pedri with an infamous chip pass to Nico Williams. Nico Williams receives the ball. He makes a amazing cross into the box that led towards Rodri receiving the ball and shooting the ball into the goal. Fabián Ruiz scored the second goal in the second half on the 51st minute, with Lamine Yamal getting the assist this time. It was very much a very similar assist to what Lamine Yamal did to Carvajal. It looked exactly the same. That's like his signature move. He likes to receive the ball, cut in a little bit, and then look for the cross inside the box. And usually those crosses always get met. So he's like a master at that. And I am already projecting what could we see in the next season under Hansi Flick. I can already see Lamine Yamal making multiple of those type of crosses to Lewandowski. Lewandowski knows how to win aerial duels. Then came Nico Williams on the 75th minute. Nico Williams takes down two players. He uses his pace and speed to get through all the players, and he shoots the ball over the goalkeeper and scores the third goal. Again, Nico Williams also has his own signature move. He likes to take down about 2 or 3 players down the flank and shoot the ball not on the left side nor the right side, but over the goalkeeper, which is where the goalkeeper least expects for the ball to go to, which is over their head. Nico Williams loves doing that. He has done that so many times. And when I saw Nico Williams do that also, and I saw him run down the left flank, I'm like, are we seeing Leao? Are we seeing Ronaldinho? Because those were the only 2 players at that time before the goal that could have scored goals like that. But now Nico Williams is showing that he is going to be one of those players. And I'm like, dude, sign this player, please. Joan Laporta, Deco, do everything that you can to afford Nico Williams. Pay the 58 million euros, because at this level, looking at how he scores and what he does provide on the flanks, I know Hansi Flick is like, I can cook. I can so cook with Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal on the flanks. I mean, just look at this, right? This is going to be the heat map for Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal put together. You can just see that they are so effective in their own areas. And it very much does tell us that Lamine Yamal likes to cut inside and look for the through passes. Meanwhile, you have Nico Williams, who does receive the ball in wide areas and looks for crosses into the box. It's just amazing to see. Like 58 million euros is nothing. It's nothing for this type of player. It's a bargain of a price. Barcelona are getting a huge discount for Nico. And then moving on towards the last goal, and we saw Dani Olmo score the goal, again showcasing to many Barcelona fans that he could be a good candidate to reinforce the left wing position at Barcelona, a player that Xavi Hernandez has also wanted. I, in my opinion, do not want Dani Olmo. Go all in for Nico Williams and sign me a defensive midfielder. Dani Olmo can be like a 6th to 7th prospect on the list. I am not interested in Dani Olmo whatsoever. Guarantee us Nico Williams and a DM, and then from there we'll see how we move forward. As a matter of fact, I would say guarantee me Nico Williams, a DM, and then give me Frimpong. And then after that, then we'll consider what other signings can we make. But Dani Olmo is nowhere near the conversation at all. I respect the player a lot. I know that he does provide goals, he provides assists, but Barcelona are looking for a specific type of winger and attacker, and that is a pacey speedster like Nico. So overall, I am very proud of this performance. Everybody showcased their talents. I think that Normand, who was one of the center backs of Spain, did not have his best game. He made a few mistakes. He also scored an own goal that led towards Georgia scoring their first goal in this game. But overall, for everybody else, Rodri, Pedri, Fabián Ruiz, Nico Williams, Morata, Lamine Yamal, Carvajal, they all played well. I also want to give my gratitude to Fabián Ruiz, who keeps saving Spain, by the way. Fabián Ruiz is having one hell of a tournament. Like, we did not even see this type of level with him when he was at his club. Fabián Ruiz is really turning up. And keep in mind that Barcelona were once linked to Fabián Ruiz 2 years ago when they were trying to look for a central midfield reinforcement. But we did pass on it, and we just continue to bet on players like Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Sergio Busquets, etc. So going back to a player like Lamine Yamal is currently the best assist player right now in the Euros. I mean, he is tied tied with other players on this list, and as you can see, Nico Williams is also in 7th place. But the reason why Lamine Yamal is ranked in 1st is because his expected assist is amazing with 1.2. He's over delivering on his expected assist rate, and that's amazing. To do this at 16 years old, it's just insane. Lamine Yamal is also the only player to create 10 plus chances and complete 10 plus take-ons in the Euros so far. He has 11 chances created and 11 take-ons completed. No other player has created more big chances or provided more assists. And as you can see here on the graph, in terms of chances created, Lamine Yamal is in 3rd place with a total of 11. And then you have other world-class players like Kevin De Bruyne, who are seasoned, by the way, and have been in the game for so long, who also does have 11. Toni Kroos has 13, and then you have Eriksen at 16. Pedri is in 5th place with a total of 10, and it's insane for us to compare Pedri and Lamine Yamal to other players like Toni Kroos and Kevin De Bruyne, because those two players are mature, they are fully seasoned, and the most experienced. And the fact that these two players, Pedri and Lamine Yamal, are almost ranking at the same time as Kroos and Kevin De Bruyne, Spain are really lucky, and most especially FC Barcelona are really lucky. Eriksen is going to get knocked out from 1st place because Germany and Spain are still in the Euros, and Denmark just got knocked out. I believe that the only thing that Lamine Yamal is missing right now is his goals and his efficiency inside the box, because he did miss about 3 chances, I would say, in this match. Lamine Yamal could have had a goal, and he was looking for the goal so he can break some records, but it was not happening for him. And I think that, you know, when you're 16 years old, 17 years old, and you're very young and you are under pressure, of course you're going to be making mistakes, because I feel like every time he has the ball and it's like on a 1v1 situation with the goalkeeper, he overthinks things, and I can just see it in his body language, and he just tends to have too much anxiety. I think he needs to have much more calmness when he is under pressure and he knows that other defenders are trying to get on top of him. Lamine Yamal just needs to relax and be like, okay, how can I make this in the most simple way? How can I just shoot the ball into the goal? Because when I look at Yamal, he tends to like try to do some pretty things, and I get it that you are under pressure and that you're trying to make a name for yourself, but he's going to grow out of that. I think that his next steps in order for him to improve is to be like, okay, how can I just be more stoic, more relaxed, and score the goals that I do need to make? And then once he does start scoring a lot of goals, because it will happen, by the way, then he can be like, okay, how can I make it look prettier, right? Whatever these players want to do. First, you just have to score goals. Once you have the goals, then you can fine tune it from there. Yamal right now is a player who is a straight up creator, a player who can assist and give key passes, who just happens to be decent at goal scoring. His aim, and what I believe Lamine Yamal is going to be in about 5 years, is somebody very close to Lionel Messi. I'm not talking about in terms of level, but style. Yamal will have it all. Now it's going to be up to him in about 5 years to see just how far he could go, because no one is going to be Messi, right? No one's ever going to touch Messi at all, but Yamal has the capabilities and the playing style to really replicate what Messi was back in his prime years. And so to join Laporta and Deco, I say this: sign Nico Williams now. Like, sign him now. Sign him tomorrow. Tomorrow, the deadline is going to be closed. The transfer window is going to be opening very soon. Sign Nico Williams now, because this duo between Yamal and Nico is something that we just have to see at Barcelona. This whole thing, like I've said before, is reminding me of Fabregas back in the 2010 World Cup, when the whole Spanish national team put a Barcelona shirt on top of Fabregas, while Fabregas was still signed with Arsenal, because the whole Spanish national team were convinced that Fabregas was going to become a Barcelona player one day, and that it was going to happen, because it's meant to be. The playing style is there. What Barcelona needed in 2010, Fabregas was able to filter that. Today, 20 years later, this Barcelona team that we see today, we need a left winger, and Nico Williams is able to filter that. And when you see Nico and Lamine Yamal play, and then even after the game, they really do look like best friends, and we need chemistry like that. A friendship like this does go a very long way. Just go ask Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. Look at what they did at Barcelona. They were best friends, right? I know it does seem a little cringe, but it really does go a long way, because they will be able to understand each other from a professional level and on a personal level. And so it's on, right? The next game is going to be against Germany. Spain versus Germany. Can you guys believe that? Spain will be having Pedri, Lamine Yamal, and Nico Williams as their great youngsters. We can all say, right? And then Germany are going to be having their own. They have great youngsters and players who have the capability to be one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world, and that is Florian Wirtz and Musiala. So who is going to be taking the win here? Could it be Florian Wirtz and Musiala, or Pedri and Lamine Yamal? There is going to be so much talent in this game, and it's going to be interesting, because I'm not here trying to sell dreams, or I'm not trying to say that Barcelona are going to be signing these players, but really pay attention to the playing style of Musiala and the playing style of Florian Wirtz, because Hansi Flick, who is also German by the way, is interested in these two players. I cannot assure you that Barcelona for sure will sign one of these two players, but Hansi Flick wants one of these two players, and that's either Wirtz or Musiala. And again, based off the way that they do play, I want to ask you guys this: who do you guys believe fits Barcelona the most? Is it Florian Wirtz or Musiala? Because Florian Wirtz is a 10, Musiala is much more of a left winger, I would say. But I mean, Florian Wirtz also knows how to play on the right wing, and Musiala also knows how to play on the 10. But in the end, who do you think would be the better fit to Hansi Flick's Barcelona? I would like for you guys to answer me this once that game is over and once the match review is up. And so that is it, everybody. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.